So in today's video, we're going to talk about the laziest ways that you can make passive income in 2026. I know we're already in the second quarter and this year is going by pretty fast. So I want to make sure that anything that you do, anyone that's watching this channel, is bringing in a passive income so that you can enjoy the rest of the year so that you're not bogged down by always having to get clients or always having to work extra time at work. So in today's video, we're going to go through active versus passive income. We're going to talk about what you need to set up passive income. We're going to talk about the system. And then at the end, I'm going to give you a free quiz for those of you that get to the end and still don't know what you need to create or sell. So what passive income actually looks like for me. So over the years, I initially started my business as a um, digital product business. There was no coaching, anything like that. All of my income was passive. It came from courses that I created once and sold multiple times. I used to go live on Periscope. Raise your hand in the comments if you remember the Periscope days. I used to go live on Periscope every single day for about 30 to 45 minutes. After I got home from work, I would sell my digital product. I would pitch my digital product. I would sell about 10 a day back then, and I would make on average 100 or more a day from those digital products because I was only selling them for about $10 at that time. But it was passive income. And I've kind of moved out of that and went into coaching, done for you. Now I'm shifting back to all digital products because I want to get my life back. I want to be able to, I live in Tampa. I want to be able to enjoy the beach on a Tuesday afternoon again, without having to worry about work or client work or things like that. So what does passive income actually look like for me? Saturday night, I was sitting in my bed watching Matlock and eating popcorn. Didn't look at my phone at any time during the night while I was binge watching. I woke up Sunday morning to notifications of two payments received. That's passive income. And that's from things that I've created months ago, not something that I'm working on currently. So if you're, for example, creating a course, you can definitely continue to make sales month after month. There are courses that I've made years ago that I'm still selling to this day. So passive income, here's what passive income is. Passive income is not about being lazy, because of course you have to do the work in order to create the course. You have to do the work in order to create the ebook. We'll get into that in a second, but it's about building something once that keeps working, even if you step away from it. Even if you say, I want to go on vacation for a week. I don't want to take new clients for this month, but you still have that passive income coming in from those digital products. The women making money while they sleep are not special. We're not special at all. We just built the systems that run when we're not around. I last year I spent 6 months in Mexico and Playa del Carmen and Tulum because I wanted to revamp my business. I wanted to refresh my business. I wanted to um, just enjoy while I rebuilt. There were a lot of things that I removed from my business, but there were a lot of systems that I set up. Now I've simplified those systems and I show my clients and the ladies over in my membership how to simplify those systems, and to create them quickly. Not You don't have to take 6 months like I did. I just needed a brain break. But you do not need to be online posting and pushing sales in order to make it happen. We'll talk about the platforms to use later on in this video. You need the right product, the right page, and the right tool. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. So Active income stops when you stop. So if you say that I am going to take a vacation and not earn any money or not meet with clients during this week or not bring on any more clients, or if you're in the sales industry and you're not selling anything for that week, you're not earning money. But passive income does not stop. Just like my story I just told about me sitting in the bed, eating popcorn Saturday night, waking up to notifications of payments received the next day. That's passive income. You and I want to point this out. A lot of people feel passive income shouldn't take any work. That's just not true at all. People used to call real estate investing passive income. It's not. You have to buy the property, you have to keep the property up. Everything needs to start somewhere. A digital course needs to be created, an ebook needs to be created. You need to also do the marketing for it. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But active income versus passive income, you work, you get paid for active income. But with passive income, you build it once and it sells on repeat. Active income, you stop and the money stops. With passive income, systems run while you rest. Active income, trading time for dollars every single day. You have to be on a call, you have to be on a sales call, you have to be on a Zoom call. Passive income, you do not. It's not tied to your hours. Um, Active income, vacation means zero income. If you're not taking any calls, if you're not meeting with clients, zero income. But passive income, vacation still generates sales. And I have to say this, the entire 6 months that I stayed in Playa del Carmen in Tulum, most of my income, I would say at least 80% of my income was from digital products that I created and I was just selling while I was there. Um, and then passive income or active income, it means I put Matlock because that's what I'm binge watching right now. But you can replace it with Netflix, Hulu, whatever you're watching right now. If you're watching that, you're not making income. But if you're bringing in passive income, you can do what you want and wake up to notifications of payments received. Most women over 40 have been active um, in active income their entire careers. You have a job, you have a client, a service, all of that stops when you stop. So just say, for example, if you plan to leave your 9 to 5 tomorrow or retire from your 9 to 5 this year, that income stops when you stop working. But the digital products are the bridge. Like I mentioned earlier, started creating digital products before actually in 2014. I left my job in 2016, but my digital product was going going strong in 2016 when I left. I was also a realtor. So at the time that I left my job, I had 4 sales pending when I left in August of 2016. But guess what? 2 of those sales fell apart. But I still had my income from my digital products coming. So that was the bridge for me. So you got to think, what's the bridge for you when you're ready to leave your 9 to 5 or when you're ready to retire from your 9 to 5? You build it from what you already know and it sells on its own after that. Um, the goal is not to stop working because I know for me, even though I've been taking weekends off, Sunday afternoon, I decided I'm going to record a video. The video that I posted before this a few days ago was because I had an idea on Sunday. I got up and I wanted to record. I ended up doing all of that on Sunday and not taking time off. But so the goal is not to stop working for those of you that always need something to do, like me. Of course, we can do vacations, we can go to the beach, we can go out to eat, we can do different things, but there's always a part of us that wants to help someone. We want to be a blessing to someone. We want to teach something or do something outside of that. So the goal is to stop being the only thing standing between you and your next dollar. So your digital product is going to be out there whether you're standing there or not. So the only three things you actually need, not a team, not tech skills, not a big audience, just three things. You need a product built from what you know. You need a sales page that works while you sleep, and you need a tool that builds it faster than you can do alone. So the thing one, the product, it's not something new. For those of you that are that have worked a 9 to 5 for 10, 20, 30 years, you have a skill. Something you've been doing for years. It's a process, it's a framework, it's a result that you've gotten over and over. That's your digital product. You need a sales page that works while you sleep. I use system.io. That's totally free. It's a little bit more techy to set up. So if you have just zero tech skills at all, I wouldn't recommend it unless you're going to take some time to do it. um, but there's also Gumroad. I always recommend that to my clients that have zero tech skills at all and you just want something set up quick with a link to start making sales. So Gumroad, and then there's also PayHip, there's Stand Store, and there's Beacons. I think now it's called Beacons.ai. So they all of them have the checkouts, and most of them connect to Stripe as well. It delivers the products automatically, and then there's a confirmation email with all of them that goes to your customer after they purchase your digital product at 3 o'clock in the morning. You don't have to be there. Third thing is the tool that helps build it faster than you can build alone. Claude is my number one go-to right now. If you ask me anything about ChatGPT who? Like ChatGPT is just a thread where I go now to ask questions about health. I've been working on my health a lot more lately, meal prepping, things like that. That's what I use ChatGPT for. But now that I know everything that Claude can do and how much quicker it can do for me and my business, Claude is my best friend. So find a tool that works for you, whatever works for you. The reason that I use Claude is because I'm someone that's constantly creating, I'm creating landing pages, captions, presentations, cheat sheets, checklists, ebooks, emails, all of this for my client. But ChatGPT does not do the designing part of it. Claude does. So Claude will take some of that designing off your head. Of course, there's some things that you may still have to do in Canva. But with ChatGPT, you have to do almost all of the designing in Canva. Now, ChatGPT does create AI images for you, but it's not going to create presentations and checklists and ebooks and things like that for you. So just choose the tool that works for you in the season that you're in. So you have your product, your page, and your tool, and I'll drop system.io below because that's what I use now. System.io does landing pages. You can do your emails, you can do your courses, you have your blog. There's a lot. System.io is kind of similar. If those of you know, Go High Level or GHL. It's kind of like that, but it has a free package, I think a $17 package, $29 and $50. $49 or $50 is the highest one. So it's kind of similar to that. I'm on the $17 package now, about to increase to the 29. So you do not need a big audience. This is this is a myth that a lot of people think. I see a lot of people that say, okay, I got 10K followers on Instagram or TikTok or something like that. And you're there, but you're not making sales. Um, my my sales normally come from places like here, YouTube. I'm under less than 1,000 followers. My Facebook community, which is passive income and passive income suite. under 600 members. I make a full-time income mainly from my group, from my Facebook group. And it's not with 10,000, 20,000, or 100,000 followers. It's because I have the right people in front of me that already know, like, and trust me. So you do not need to be techie. If you can open a browser and type a sentence in Claude or ChatGPT, you have everything you need. So I am hosting a workshop. I wanted to throw this in there, May 2nd. For those of you that want to get started using Claude. That blooper staying in. I don't edit videos, by the way. Better done than perfect. But those of you that want to know how to use Claude better and not just like a search engine like we've always used ChatGPT, um, I'm going to be hosting a training or a workshop on a May 2nd that walks you through setting up your projects. I do have a short video here on YouTube about setting up your cloud project, but we go a little bit deeper into it in that training, and you'll walk away with everything set up so that you can get some of your time back. Let me know in the comments. For those of you, if you can take a day or two off a week, which days would it be? For me, I've been taking off Saturdays and Sundays, and then like a half a day either on Tuesday or Wednesday. Probably going to be a half a day on Tuesday and Wednesday now. Because of the time I'm getting back from Clyde. So make sure you check out that workshop. It's on my website, knifieburks.com. Of course, I'll drop the link below as well. So how will the system run without you? You're probably wondering, okay, I'm going to create a digital course, or I'm going to create an ebook. How is that going to make sales without me? Knifie, how did you make 2 sales while you were watching Matlock on Saturday night? It's because I take time once a week and I schedule out content. So for example, on Pinterest, Pinterest every 2 weeks, I'll schedule out content for Pinterest for 30 days. I want to keep compiling over there to get momentum. So with Pinterest, I sit down and I do with Claude 50 pins for Pinterest, and it takes me about an hour with Claude. Before Claude, when I was using ChatGPT, it took me about 3 to 4 hours because, of course, ChatGPT gives you the words, but it doesn't give you the design. So I'm able to create in Claude and get everything uploaded within an hour. So for the past, I would say, so 2 weeks, last week, and then about 2 weeks before that, I did 50 pins each time in Claude, uploaded them. So someone will find your product on, just say, for example, Pinterest. Or if you're posting on YouTube, people are probably finding your videos on YouTube directly, or Google. Or if you have an email list. I have a very tiny email list. My open rate averages 50% and above, sometimes 80%, because I go through and clear out my email list for people that are haven't opened within 6 months. I get a higher open rate, and the people that are there actually want to be there. So I'm receiving more purchases from that email list. So I normally only send about 1 to 2 emails a week. So just say, for example, if you sit down on, I'll just throw out Monday morning, you create your pins with Claude. You create your 2 emails for the week and schedule them. And you create your 1 YouTube video. You're done for the entire week. Everything that you're putting out there that you have scheduled directs people to your digital product that you created. That's all you have to do. It doesn't take weeks, months, or years, and it's definitely not rocket science. So your sales page does all the talking. It explains what you're selling, who it's for, and why they need it. You wrote it once. It works every time somebody lands on it. They buy and they get instant access. So System.io processes the payment and it sends confirmation automatically. You do not have to wake up and send an email to anybody with anything. It goes to them automatically. You wake up to notifications of payments received. That's better than waking up and having to send out a bunch of emails with digital products. You wake up to notifications of payments received. So for those of you that are in space where you still don't know what you need to create, if you watch tons of videos on YouTube, you've joined a ton of Facebook groups and you're still scratching your head like, oh my God, what am I going to create? Take my From Experience to Income quiz. It's a 7-question quiz that gives you a result based on how you answer them. It takes 3 minutes for you to do. It's totally free. I'm going to drop it in the comments below or the description below so that you can go ahead and grab it. No judgment at all. Just go ahead and take the quiz. It'll give you your next steps or ideas of where you can start. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.